So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through houses in Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And I've already covered two planets, Jupiter and Saturn. In this video, let's try to understand planet Venus in the first house of your Navamsa Chart and what are going to be the results that are particularly associated with this Venus. See, Venus in the first house have the ability to behave both in the positive and in the negative side. It depends upon the zodiac sign placement and its dignity in the D-9 chart also. But first of all, immediately Venus in the Lagna is going to drastically improve your lifestyle, your living standard. This have the ability to bring lot of wealth and prosperity immediately after marriage into your life. Here it is not necessary like the wife or the husband that is actually coming in your life have the ability to give you that certain amount of money. It may be because of your own planetary activations, this Venus have the ability to show improvement in your career or even in the business aspect as well. In the negative side, Venus, particularly if it is going in the Scorpio Navamsha, in the Aquarius Navamsha, and even if it is posited in its debilitated zodiac sign, specifically Virgo, then I will tell you that it become very difficult for you to eventually find a partner or even getting married in your life. Although marriages do take place even with the Venus placement in these three zodiac signs, but I will tell you that is going to show a lot of difficulty in for you to obtain or manifest a life partner into your life. Even after the manifestation part, it shows there are going to be some pending karma or some back and forth kind of a karmas that are particularly associated with this Venus placement in the Lagna. Also, one very important thing, have you seen the certain relationships immediately after marriage where both of the individuals, they tend to work professionally very hard towards achieving their goals, their hopes, their wishes and their desires? This is the similar placement. Because if you pick the 7th house of the Navamsha, that will going to show you the exact nature of your spouse, your exact characteristics that are determined using the 7th house, and directly opposite the 7th house that is becoming a Lagna, it means it shows how your life partner is going to behave in the marriage. What is her or his perspective towards looking into the marriage part, looking into relationship aspect. So this Venus in the Lagna even have the ability to give you lot of spiritual inclination. And this is not the spiritual inclination which only you are going to experience. This is that kind of a bond where your partner is also going to experience lot of spiritual inclination. Although in the initial stages, this Venus have the ability to give you very good sexual intimacy. Because here both partners, they are going to be very agile or very active. Even if the zodiac sign placement of Libra or Pisces or any kind of a dignified Venus in the first house of Navamsha is also going to be a representation of a very good intimacy between you and your partner. And this thing is also going to improve much better with the passage of time. There are two most important reasons that Venus will eventually help you in the first house in order to sustain or survive your relationship. First one is the spiritual companionship and second one is the intimacy part. Because both of these angles, they are fitting perfectly with the Venus placement in the Lagna. Even most of the time, the Venus placement in the first house have the ability to give very long distance kind of a relationships. So when I say long distance kind of a relationship, it may be because of your working preferences, because you are going to maybe moving abroad or your partner is actually moving or shifting or change of location. That is also going to be associated with this particular placement. Because Venus will not be able to give you any sort of sthirta or stability in the first house. Although this planet have the ability to bless you with prosperity, money, wealth, even all the luxuries of life. But whenever it comes to deciding a place, like where both of you are actually going to stay immediately after marriage, then I will tell you this Venus is going to represent some sort of a blockage in that particular area. Because Venus will not be help you to permanently settle in one particular place. With this Venus in the Lagna, immediately after marriage, 2-3 years you are going to live here, then eventually you are going to change your location you are going to go towards some different places, then you are going to go towards different places. And these things, these kind of activities, they are going to continuously happening specifically with this Venus. Even the airy ascendants like the sign of Libra or even the sign of Gemini, the sign of Aquarius, this is also going to be a pure symbolism where that instability part or not be able to decide a firm place where both of you are going to stay is actually going to be happening over there. Even in most of the charts, Venus in the first house of the Navamsha have the ability to give lot of ancestral property disputes at the same time. I have recently checked upon many charts with this particular Venus forming any sort of connection either with Scorpio or even with Aries or even with the sign of Virgo or even the Mercury in zodiac signs like Gemini. This eventually have the ability to give you some sort of property disputes. It may be you have given some sort of a money away to invest somewhere, or like your family members are not returning your money back. So these kind of circumstances are going to arise. And Venus in the Lagna will always going to push you towards the extreme limits. This is that kind of a Venus where if suppose before marriage you are doing a job or like just living a below standard, Venus will immediately going to enhance the standard or even the compatibility of your marriage up to a very large extent. Most of the time this Venus is also going to give preference towards staying all alone in the secular way, because their mindset is actually going to be programmed in such a way like in my life, my sexual intimacy part, even the spiritual progression, both of these things are equally important. Because if the Venus will not feel much pleasures or that kind of a sensual pleasures in the Lagna, then it becomes very difficult for these individuals to consider or look the marriage from that perspective. Then these individuals, they start looking from the marriage through the spiritual perspectives as well. Like, okay, this is going to be my spiritual companionship and I'm going to have some sort of a spiritual journey. I have seen even a lot of individuals in their late 60s and 70s with the Venus in the Lagna, they are going to have a very great companionship and they are pursuing their even that mindset specifically with regards to the spiritual part. So this Venus have the ability to provide you everything irrespective of that stability part, because this is not going to help you to decide the place. From the career, from the business angle, that is going to be a very, very powerful placement of Venus in the first house. So I hope you have gained some particular insights in this video with me. If you have any queries, any consultations, you can please contact me at my email ID and I will try my best to respond you back as soon as possible. So till then, please subscribe my channel below. Make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. Kindly share my YouTube channel with your friends and family members who are in love with Vedic astrology. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.